Hi ladies, long time no talk. I don't know how much of this you guys can actually hear, but Sawyer is trying to go to sleep, and well, you can see me. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but he's fighting it. So he will be sort of with us through this vlog. So it's been a while since I talked to you guys. Sawyer will be 1 year old actually on Sunday. This is, what day is this? It doesn't matter. Anyway, so he's going to be 1 year old, and I just think that that's insane. This year has gone by so quick, and I have been a terrible YouTuber, and I have not vlogged very much of it. We have a million videos of him, but none of them in vlog form, just you know, personal videos. But the reason that he's not in this vlog is because Sawyer is super sick, guys. People who have been watching me for a long time know that Sawyer got sick about when he was like 7 months old, I think, and he did not get pneumonia, but he did have such bad congestion and flu and everything that we had to take him to the hospital and get a chest x-ray. Well, it was take two. We almost made it till he was one, until he got really sick again. His sisters were really sick. They brought it home, and slowly but surely each remaining soldier fell. So me and Sawyer started getting stuffy noses right about the same time, and even though we were completely avoiding the girls, but it happens, kids have germs. So he woke up gasping, he couldn't breathe, his nose was completely clogged, he was screaming. It was just our worst nightmares over again. Sawyer doesn't just normally get flus. Because of his chronic lung disease, he's just prone to go from bad to worse really quickly. So unfortunately, these last like 7 days, he's been so sick. So I guess that's what I'm doing right now. A quick update about the rest of month 10 and 11. And yeah, so Sawyer at 1 year. He's super sick. We had to take him to the ER. We had to go and get a chest x-ray, and it turned out that he did have a mild case of pneumonia. And so we were on 2 different inhalers and antibiotics, and with that he got some sort of conjunctivitis in his eyes, so his eyes were like getting full of boogers and sealing shut. Oh my gosh, it was horrible, guys. I mean, for like 3 nights in a row, I barely got any sleep at all because he was waking up screaming. Even though we were keeping him elevated in his bouncer, that we still have, that we only use for like feeding. He like obviously is way too old to be entertained in it, but he has it just for sleeping when he's sick, and for feeding sometimes. But on the not sick front, he is still such a sweet boy, even when he doesn't feel good. He smiles, that's always his first reaction, and you can still make him giggle, and he's a really good guy. He's just a really good little boy. I was really lucky. We were all really lucky that he was my first baby out of the gate, and he's so well behaved, other than when he fights sleep right now, like right now. In the last few months, he is starting to fight naps more. It's harder to get him down for that second nap in the morning, or it's early afternoon. And developmentally, I mean, he's eating like a champion. He eats everything we eat. He doesn't eat very much of it, and now that he's sick, he's barely eating real food at all, but luckily he's still on the G-tube. I say luckily because if a baby's sick, normally they don't want to eat out of a bottle because they can't breathe. So that's one good thing, is that he hasn't dropped any weight because we are just feeding him through the G-tube. So even though he's given up basically eating anything through his mouth because he probably can't taste very much, he is still getting the proper nutrients. We've actually spoken to his nutritionist, and at a year, so when he has his first year vaccinations and his first year appointment for weight check and everything, we're going to assess his formula needs. We'll probably be cutting down the amount of formula and switching it with like a toddler, like Pediasure-like formula. that is higher calories so he can eat less often, and start getting him into the routine of eating kind of 3 times a day and then having breakthrough snacks and stuff for little kids. But he loves little puff snacks. I mean, just really, he loves tons of everything, except for like a typical kid, he doesn't really like vegetables. We've tried peas, carrots, those kind of things. He's just not down. If you sneak some broccoli chunks, little tiny ones, inside macaroni and cheese, then sometimes you can get away with it. Sometimes. But yeah, he is sitting up very strongly. We're less and less worried about him flopping back and just slamming his head on the floor. We've actually got those floor tiles that are like 12 by 12 that we made into a play mat shape, and that's where he spends most of his play time, is on that mat. So I mean, even though we've got the hardwood floors now in the whole front area, he's got this little play area so that if he does fall, it's not so jarring. Even though we're, usually there right by him. It's so funny. I was just noticing today that he can have a dozen toys sitting around him, and he still prefers to pick up a book and look at pictures, and he has a lot of books that are the touch. They have like little fake fur on them and stuff, and he really likes putting them to his mouth, and very sensory. And he has this one where you stick your little finger through it and you wiggle around the little bear, and he really likes that. He'll just sit there and flick the little bear and look at the pages, and you can read him the book, but he also will just sit there completely, by himself just today. And he's just switching from one book to another, picking it up, looking at a few pages, turning it down. I mean, like cardboard child books. But he just seems to really like pictures, and he loves listening to stories. In California, we have this whole program, First Five California, read, sing, blah, blah, blah. So it's supposed to, help with children, and we do that all the time. I mean, we're always singing to him, or reading him books, or talking to him like he can talk back. So we're really trying to give him every advantage. We don't want him to be held back by anything. Yeah, it's just been great. He cannot get up yet. He's still not physically able to get himself into a sitting position. I can tell his body movements when he's trying to get up, like when he's on the floor and he tries to get up, and I can put my hand on his hip, and he kind of uses that momentum to pull himself the rest of the way up, but he's still not the fully sitting all the way up by himself. But it's something we're working on. We're still doing physical therapy. We still have our regional center rep coming by. So yeah, we're doing he's doing really well. Like he was at 9 months, he was functioning at about a 6-month level, and now that he's at a year, he's or at 11 months, he was functioning at about a 9-month level. So he's still, not too far behind. So that's pretty good. As he gets older, closer to 2, 3, 4, that range will grow. So he will probably start to lag a little bit more, but we're just going to do everything we can to try to keep him just as with pace with other kids his age as we can, without putting any unrealistic expectations. We want to expect a lot of him, but not force anything on him. So we're just doing everything that we can to help with that. Exercises, classes, games, songs we sing. He'll watch some YouTube videos, only very selective videos, and he's starting to watch a show called Shopkins, or Notekins. They're like little music notes, and they sing, and I think it's the most interesting little kid show that there is, but he seems to like it, even though his attention doesn't really stick for very long. Alright, well, we are getting into a longer video. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. He's a year. That's crazy. He's eating, he's growing, he's thriving. He's doing everything that he should be doing in his own Sawyer time. He currently weighs 22 pounds. I'm a terrible mother, and I have no idea how tall he is. But yeah, 22 and a half, I think, actually. So, I mean, he's a chunker. He's a sturdy little boy, but not overweight. Just he is in the top 50th percentile, or that half of 50. I don't really remember what the nutritionist said the last time, but he's right on his curve for growth, so he hasn't dropped off or anything. just the sickness has really kicked his butt. It's really kicked all of our butt. I've been sniffling and coughing. I mean, it hit us all like a ton of bricks, and we're just not getting over it as fast as we need to as parents. You don't really get days off. But yeah, I think you've finally lost his battle with the sleep. We'll see if he starts talking again in a few minutes. Talking, he's not doing any of that. He is definitely saying more consonants and more sounds. He is waving. I don't know if he quite gets it. Like, when we're leaving a room, we make a point to go, bye, bye. And he goes, like, I got no idea what this is, but it's super awesome. And, you know, we're always like, yay! And we started singing Happy Birthday really loud so that he would start getting better with those loud noises. Because, you know, he really was very sensitive to loud noises. But he's getting so much better. I think it could be my shrill top of the lungs singing that I do while I walk around the house. Could be that, but it could just be because we're a loud family. There's a lot of us, there's constant noise, so he was bound to get used to it eventually, so it seems that he has. Yeah, so I wish I had taken better notes, or in some way formulated this video so that it wasn't so all over the place. I apologize, I'm getting out of practice. But we do have some big news that we'll probably be sharing in another video. But could it be time for another baby? Maybe. Who knows? I guess you'll have to watch my other video that I'm probably going to be filming right after this one. We'll see. Alright, ladies, to the 7 of you that are probably still watching these videos, thanks for sticking around. Sawyer appreciates it. I appreciate it. And I'm glad that we can share. Also, I was tagged in a mommy tag video that I am also going to write down the questions to and do as soon as I can remember to do it. I will. So, yeah. So thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll be talking to you.